Hi, it's TK with our weekly words of encouragement. My mother's siblings love to tell the story of how one of her younger brothers used to chase her around the house with a picture of a spider. You heard me correctly, a picture of a spider. She was so afraid of spiders that an image was enough to frighten her. Well, like the picture that my mother ran away from, I want to run away from my current pressing fear of the unknown. I have intense feelings of uncertainty as I prepare for my son Benjamin to start college in the midst of a global pandemic. I'm entering unknown territory, and honestly, I'm afraid. First, Benjamin is my only biological child, and I've been blessed to raise and nurture and support him for the past 18 years. I don't know what it's like for him to live in another city on his own. Second, I've never navigated a global health pandemic. And so to have both of these concerns overlap has heightened my fear of the unknown. Now, my heart knows I can trust God's divine plan for Ben's life. Jeremiah 29:11 reminds me, "For I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord. They are plans for good and not for disaster, to give you a future and a hope." Now my heart rests on these words, but my mind hasn't quite caught up yet. But I remember the prophet Elijah found himself in a fear-inducing situation. He started off with really strong faith, but he faltered under the weight of his fears. If we look at 1 Kings, we read about Elijah witnessing God's demonstration of his sovereignty and superiority over the false god Baal. We also read about Elijah seeing God provide rain after a 3-year drought. But as we continue reading in 1 Kings chapter 19 verses 1 through 3, we find Elijah fleeing from Queen Jezebel. When Ahab got home, he told Jezebel everything Elijah had done, including the way he had killed all the prophets of Baal. So Jezebel sent this message to Elijah: "May the gods strike me and even kill me if by this time tomorrow I have not killed you, just as you killed them." Elijah was afraid and he fled for his life. So Elijah went from a man who trusted God to bring rain to a drought-stricken land to a man who was running for his life. And he even had the nerve to whine about being threatened. But in the end, God spoke to Elijah in a gentle whisper, telling him to return to the source of his fear. And what did Elijah do? 1 Kings chapter 19, verse 19 gives us the answer. So Elijah went. He faced his fear. He went back to the source of his fear. And I believe these are encouraging words for me and for you. Maybe you're facing a new season in your life, or you're entering unknown territory. Maybe, like me, your child is preparing to leave for college. Or maybe you're an essential worker who's concerned about exposure to the COVID-19 virus. Or maybe you recently lost your job. You may be experiencing the same fear of the unknown that I'm experiencing. 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 7 reminds us, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear and timidity, but of power, love, and self-discipline." We have the power to face our fears, just like Elijah did. So instead of being paralyzed by fear of the unknown, I'm choosing to take a leap of faith off the cliff of uncertainty. And I know when I take this leap of faith, God will either catch me or he'll teach me how to fly. Will you join me in taking a leap of faith and trusting God? So for this week, I pray the words of Romans 8:38 over you and your fears. Just remember that nothing can separate you from God's love, not even your fears for today or your worries for tomorrow. I pray that you have a blessed and encouraging week, and I will see you again on Weekly Words of Encouragement. Bye.